forces are under attack.
Should you become a nuisance, I'll kill you myself.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, for a Patreon cast for the week of December the 5th, 2025, we have Snow, we have Soulkey here. These two guys know each other so well. Woo, an even matchup, but Soulkey has defeated Snow in 2 straight ASLs. They did not meet up in ASL 20, but 18 and 19, man, were incredible series. Soulkey came out on top, but it took everything he had to defeat Snow. So top left, that is Soulkey. Top right, it is Snow. All right, kids, what are we going to do here today? Is it going to be a lot of Hydralisks? I feel like it's going to be a lot of Hydralisks, man. Mass Mutalisk against Protoss can sometimes work, especially if you mix in a couple of Scourge, but then it's going to be not Mass Mutalisk, right? So we've got a Pylon coming up at the frontier. It's going to be, I want to say it's going to be a Gate Expand. Snow does like his Zealots, but on a 4-player map where you have no idea where the Zerg player is, sometimes it pays to be safe and do a Forge Expand here, maybe a Nexus first. But no, it looks like it's going to be, I'm going to say Gate. Come on, Snow. Prove me right. Yeah, Gate opening here from Snow. Ooh, gotta be an Overpool opening here from Soulkey. So Overpool versus Gate. Okay, so Soulkey is going to be safe from the Zealots that are going to show up in his base momentarily because his pool is on the way as well. There we go. Now both players know where the other player is. Sees Terry the Overlord, sees Petey the Probe here. They say hello to each other. They cannot harm each other, so they are friends. And the Probe says, so no hatch. It's going to be a pool first play. How early? An overpool, that's okay. Not a super early pool, just a nice safe split between a macro opening and aggressive opening. You can do whatever you want after an overpool here today. So blocking the hatch, the drone says, dude, come on. These two units can hurt each other, so they are not friends. They are fighting. They are just microing their heart out here. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. And, hatch down here. So second hatch at the third. Zealot says, do we move out? Do we defend? Depends on what is in these eggs, and it's going to be 4 lings and a drone. So the Zealot says, let's go ahead and hoof it across the map here. We can defend against 4 lings, especially because I am continuing to make Zealots. And third hatch, sub 3 minutes here from Soulkey. Yes, indeed it is. Third hatch down. All right, so 3 hatch versus an expansion early for Snow. Soulkey is very, I'm going to say in a very good position here. Soulkey saying, I think we can defend against 4 lings, but where are your Zealots? There we go. Zealot there. Pro blocking the ramp. These 4 lings will take a while to take down this gateway, but there is a danger of them taking down the gateway here. Zealot inside the main base, but we do have 4 lings. This probe is very important, right? A probe getting a hit on the ling there helps the Zealot stay alive against 4 lings. And excellent positioning there behind the minerals by our guy, Bob the Zealot there. Merchant Falcon Paladin .store with Robert the Zealot. We've got Terry the Overlord stuff. We've got Workers. Steve the SCV as well. It's going to be a good time. 1 kill for that Zealot. Good enough. Good enough indeed. And Zealot is going to be killed with 2 confirmed kills for him. I'll give that a C-level Zealot there. He did harass. He did kill a couple of things there, but in the grand scheme of things, he did not pay for himself in the early stages. Metabolic boost here. Before lair? Yeah, metabolic boost with the first 100 gas. All right, Soulkey, what are we doing? What are we doing here for the Patreon cast of the week at patreon.com/FalconPaladin? Thanks for supporting me there if you are. If you're not, but you are supporting me here on YouTube by being a channel member, appreciate you. Love you just as much as the patrons. And if you're somebody who just likes to throw PayPal donations at falconpaladin@gmail.com or do a Venmo dono at Falcon Paladin, that's also cool. And if you're over at Twitch, like maybe doing a Prime sub out there, if you're an Amazon Prime member, woo, you can sub to the Twitch channel for free once a month. How cool is that? I mean, a lot of people have Prime, a lot of people are on Twitch. Some people who are on Prime have made a Twitch account solely to sub to my channel with their free sub once a month. Very cool stuff. I appreciate you and love you all. Happy almost end of 2025, folks. Crazy stuff, isn't it? Where are we going? Stargate, no real surprise there. Cannon to defend against the Ling stuff, which Soulkey does like to go heavy with Ling sometimes. Probe sniped. Cool. Probe didn't really, wasn't going to get any information that it didn't already have. So yeah, metabolic boost. These Lings going to be out here, going to be scouting, going to be harassing. Can't do much at the front here anymore. That one cannon will kill them all if they try to take down any of these buildings. But there's your Spire timing at about 5 minutes. About 5:10 there. Stargate almost done. Corsair production will begin. And every morning, Snow says thanks to Bisu, who popularized and showed everybody how Corsairs can be used against Zerg to high levels of efficiency. You kill overlords. You have map control. You take care of the mutalisks that are so hard to deal with for people that aren't using Corsairs in PvZ. The scouting is perfect with Corsairs too. They're so hard to kill. Even with Scourge, if you juke well enough, you can get a full scout off inside the main base of the Zerg player whenever you pretty much well please. Macro Hatch from Soulkey. Macro Hatch from Soulkey. Creep Colony. No, definitely not. Not going for the creep. Not going for the static defense here. Trying to get away with it, which again, if you can get away with it, that's awesome. Falcon supports you in your lifestyle of not making static defense, but you'd better not die to some stupid regular +1 speed lot timing because you didn't have any Sunkens. Right? You need to have enough available to deal with it. There we go. Creep Colony. And another Macro Hatch here at the third. Yo. So I just get mad at the Zerg players who just say, I gotta go macro. I can't sacrifice these drones for the macro. And I get it. I do. And it looks great when you get away with it. But when you don't get away with it and die, you look foolish. So be like Soulkey, man. See how many Zealots there are. Recognize you probably need a Sunken at some point. And he is. He's getting a Sunken. The timing is not exactly right on time, but good enough. Zealots heading down to the third base where there's not a Sunken either. Scourger out. Corsair running. As you do. And the Corsair saw there was no Sunken up here. Kind of curious if the Zealots want to make a move for this third base or not. I'd love them to do that. Why is this Zealot a little bit greener than the other ones? Am I hallucinating? Or like green, 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 darker green? I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things. Possible. More gates on the way. +1 attack for the Corsairs. Going to be heavy on the Sairs. It is Mutalisks from Soulkey, baby. Let's go. Cannon, Corsairs protecting the main mineral line. Cannons protecting the natural mineral line too. Third gas on the way from the Zerg. 3 gassing Zerg is extraordinarily scary. What are we going to do here, man? What is the play? It's going to be Hydras. It's going to be Lurkers. It's going to be Mutalisks. It's going to be DTs. It's going to be those things you expect from these guys. Love some good DT. Harassment from the Protoss can be very powerful against Zerg. Can be very powerful in every matchup, let's be real. So the Mutas can't kill Zealots fast, but they do kill Zealots. Scourge hanging out with the Mutalisks. Hey, if the Corsairs want to come try to save their Zealot boys, the Scourge will jump on them, and here they come. Nice pullback. Beautiful pullback to the cannons here. No Corsairs die, no Scourge die, no Mutalisks die. They take some damage, but they're looking pretty healthy nevertheless. So, +1 attack for missiles on the way. Hydra production is coming soon, but a Carapace upgrade for the Mutas and for the Scourge here. It does help against the Corsairs immensely to have that Carapace upgrade. Don't want to skip that one, boys and girls. Zealots, or no Zealots, in the third area here. Links check to make sure that's not a third. Cool. Soulkey, always happy to see that. DT, where's he going to go? You going to bring Overlords with you? You going to use Overlords? They don't have the speed upgrades, so they're kind of hard to chase down DTs. Possibly gonna move out. Third base timing, thinking about it. Got High Templar out. An Archon, super good against these Mutas too. Parked inside your mineral line, the Mutas don't want to engage with that. They hate it. That splash damage from the Archon is so good against everything but really Hydras. Like, if Hydras didn't exist, I think Mass Archon would be a very, very viable strategy in PvZ. Because Lings kind of get obliterated by it, Mutas die to it, Ultralisks don't do well against the Archon. It's all Hydra, man. So, trying to snipe a probe here, get some kind of damage, but also, Mutas are like, so is there actually a Nexus? No. Just pretending to get a Nexus there? No, we're setting up defenses, says Snow. That's all we're up to. 4th base down the left side, and Overlord sees the DT come down this way. Drone runs as a result. DT says, okay, no base down here? Cool. I'm just gonna die horribly. Overlord's detection range, not quite enough. But slow and steady. Hunting a DT when you don't have Overlord speed is annoying. But the juke back in to get the 4th base. Soulkey, you're so good. Overlord speed is done now. They know there's a DT in this base. They know they didn't kill him. Dude, this is bad for Soulkey. If he can't get a 3rd base while a 4th base is on the way from... bad for Snow, sorry. Bad for Snow. If Soulkey's got a 4th base and he's only on 3. DT dies. Got some scouting information, but that's about all he's going to have. So we send the army down to actually escort the 3rd base construction. There you go. Probe comes in, starts warping it in. Beautifully done by him. Lurker aspect is on the way. Muta's here to snipe High Templar. If the High Templar are dead, Mass Hydra Ling Lurker will destroy this army pretty darn efficiently. And here they are. That's all the Hydras. They got a +1 attack already. The Protoss is sitting at a +1 attack too. Overlord getting sniped. Not much you can do when an Overlord's getting hit like that. More High Templar, more Psy Storm energy building up over time. This is looking good. Soulkey's falling back to where he can fight with a Sunken, to where he can fight with Lurkers. Fighting in the middle of the map without Dark Storm and without Plague is a really dicey situation right now against this comp that Snow is ready to go for. Is he going to get any Reavers is the question. So we're just defending, you know, with high ground. There you go. High ground, Hydro Lurker. Is that another creep? Yeah, more creeps here. Snow just kind of sharking out on the map. Trying to make the Zerg player worried about all of these bases. Spend money on defenses. This group of Hydras is just chilling. I guess they're just checking to make sure there's not a 4th base coming up here at the 12 o'clock, and there's not, and he can evac down this ramp if he needs to. No reason to come back down here into death, or come back down in here if the Protoss army completely abandons the position, and then you get to maybe come over and snipe a High Templar as it rallies into the group. That would be really nice. I think that's what these guys are for. These Hydras are waiting for a High Templar or something they can kill easily to sneak on out of there. So Hydro Lurker high ground. Psy Storm will break it eventually. The Sunkens, again, are not affected by Psy Storm, but Dragoons are good against those guys, no problem. Queen's Nest on the way. Corsairs, let's do a preliminary scout into the bottom left to see what's going on here, and the answer is, well, a lot of Hydras and probably some Lurkers there. The Corsairs can't tell. They don't know that that's, you know, what's all about there. Hive on the way, and Corsairs again. So hard. Hydras will kill them, but it takes a lot of hits. These Hydras that are in the wrong control group. Yeah, he gets sniped out in the end. Hydras queuing up a ramp there. It's been a very, very passive PvZ for the first 12 minutes of this match today. I'm looking at it. It's 175 to 169 supply. Snow is up. I'd like to see him obviously get into the Reavers eventually. Like, I like to see Zerg get into Hive Tech. I like to see Protoss get into Reavers as the late game happens. Reavers really important against the Dark Swarm especially. We'll see if it gets into it or not. I don't think you have to. Okay, connections. Connecting a little bit. There we go. Corsair Ball. I think it's down to 3 now. 4 now. First Psy Storms of the day. First blood there. Woo! A lot of Hydras dead that way. 180 to 165 supply. Getting up this ramp going to be a complete nightmare. Getting up this ramp, less of a nightmare, possibly. Man, turning some of these injured Hydras into Lurker Eggs. There you go. That's the play. Injured Hydra into Lurker Egg. Incredibly hard to break down. 10 armor on those things. Getting close means you get hit by Hydras and hit by Lurker Spines. You can storm the Lurker Eggs if you want. It's not a very traditional target for these High Templar, but it will get the job done. Storm ignores armor. And so the eggs will get popped, and they did. Both eggs got popped there. I think one was canceled. Sending more stuff across the map right now. This is everything. If this base dies, Soulkey is in a lot of trouble, but if he can hold it, everything's okay in Zergland. He's getting Adrenal. He's getting into his tier 3 stuff that he needs to win this game. A Defiler Mound would be pretty good as well. Evolution Chamber, not a Defiler Mound. Also, still no Defiler Mound. Is he not? This is interesting. Doesn't feel like he has the time to throw down a Defiler Mound. He's just pumping Lings. He's pumping Hydras and Lurkers. Adrenal doesn't take that long, but sometimes it feels like it does. Coming out on the backside, though. Lurkers burrowing in, dodging a storm, kind of pre-unburrowing there to dodge that storm, man. 1, 2, 3, 4th Nexus down the right side here from Snow. And a 5th base is getting parked on. Oh, DT's got him in the main. Did he? What? Dude, did he must have dropped them in. All right. Let's check it. How do those DTs get in? Yeah, so we're down here. We're fighting mutas, sniping some stuff down here to make it hard to get that 4th base going. While I was paying attention to the attempt to get up this way, the 4th base of Snow was getting delayed. The Lurker eggs popping. Gonna times 2 it just to get back to where we were. Is it a shuttle? I didn't see a shuttle on the map. I didn't see a shuttle in the production tab either. How? Dark magic is what it was. Corsairs chased out. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, fan-friggin-tastic. This makes a single shuttle. Doesn't go like heavy on the shuttles or anything. Doesn't even give it the speed upgrade because it's not really important for that. But, yep, unloads 2 DTs while all this chaos is happening into the... Wow, into this mineral line. There is an Overlord here, so hats off. There's an Overlord here. I feel like there could have just been a couple Hydralisks parked here as well. The Corsairs maybe could have killed the Overlord. This would have been a lot more efficient, but didn't send the Corsairs, and I guess the mutas were keeping them a little bit out of pocket there. 6 kills and 3 kills. So 9 kills on these DTs. Not bad at all. I don't know if it's game ending necessarily, but that hurt. That hurt a lot. Stormed up. Oh gosh, a lot of Hydras dying here. Can Snow pull this off? The Cracklings are on top of your goons. That's going to make it hard. High Templar on the backside. Not enough energy for a Storm. The Hydras trying to target him particularly. No! They don't target him. They recognize he's not a threat right now. We'll kill him after everybody else is dead. And Snow trying to get as much value from these Dragoons as he can back this way. Yeah, getting back into a corner and obliterated there. 145 to 145 supply. Not exactly great for the Snow right now. Can he defend this base? He's got an Archon. The mutas can't do much here with that Archon, but the Hydras are coming. The Hydras are ready to go against that Archon in a direct engagement, but Storm protecting the Archons against the Hydras. It's the beautiful relationship, really, that High Templar and Archons have. Tale as old as time here. Mutas trying to snipe off High Templar. The shuttle comes back. There's nothing in him, mind you, but it's a bit of a desperate hold right now. A lot of Zerg is flooding in on 59 workers. No, the probe's transferring through the storm. They dodge their own size storm to not die as they come in. Enough zealots to maybe deal with the Hydras. Yes, Snow makes it look so easy, man. So easy. So many Protoss players would have died to that attack by Soulkey. Not that it's over. Consumes on the way, too. So, Cracklings in your face. Cracklings have no attack upgrade, +1 Carapace, 2/2 on the Dragoons. So better upgrades on the Dragoons, but that Crackling upgrade is like an extra +1, +2, +3 attack upgrade. I swear, it's one of the better upgrades, if not the best upgrade in the entire game. It's just a scrappy, scratching and clawing hold down here. Lurkers positioning up more to kind of pick off reinforcements as they come in, but the Storms and the Dragoons are doing what they know how to do, which is handle Lurkers pretty easily without taking too much damage. More Lurkers on the bridge, though. Good golly, Miss Molly. Not a good time. Not a good time here at all. Where is the Plague? Is Soulkey going to go for the Plague here at 17 minutes? He's got the Consume. The next thing we usually see immediately is the Plague. Soulkey has the money for the Plague. Good snipe on an Obs, by the way. 127 to 136 supply. Everybody is just constantly losing armies so much, it's hard to keep up. In production here, Hydras have 2/1 upgrades. They are better able to stand against these Dragoons in the upgrade count. So Defiler's in production. You recognize this. Darksworn's going to be good. I really feel like Plague's going to be awesome as well. So many Lurkers have died. Trying to snipe the Obs. Trying to snipe the... Oh, it stopped moving. Good snipe on the Obs. No detection here for the Protoss now. He's got to fall back to his 3rd base. Can he do it? Is the question everybody wants to know. Hydra Lurker. Burrow! In on these cannons. Cannons are good against Lurkers, not in these numbers. Not with Hydra support. That 4th base of Snow is in a lot of trouble. Excuse me, bit of a hiccup there. So excited, trying to deal with reinforcements of Soulkey that are coming across the map, but he's not actually coming down to shut down the attack on the 4th dude. Snow in a lot of trouble here. Yep, Nexus down, Probe's dying as well. Probe's trying to come out of here, but walking into a lurker apocalypse. No. Terrible, terrible experience coming in to try to get his pound of flesh on the other side. Soulkey is set up to deal with that. It sure seems like he is. Did he never get Plague? I don't think he ever got Plague, man. Consume finish. I've been watching his production tab. Plague never came through, but maybe he doesn't need it. Maybe he doesn't need it at all. So 174 to 152 supply. Yeah. Snow's trying to find an angle here, man. He's like, if I can kill a base, I can make this work. Finally, Plague's on the way. Almost makes me wonder if he forgot. Maybe he forgot about Plague? I don't know. Yeah, well, Dark Storm is up. Enough Zealots are in here. Where are the Archons? Where is the Psy Storm is the larger question. Yep, gets in there. Beautiful Storm. Catching Lurkers, catching Hydras too. But just not making enough progress before the reinforcements come around the backside and say, that's our natural base. Please stop attacking it and shooting it with your particle disruptor or phase disruptor attack. Phase disruptor. Disrupts your phase and then you die. What a fun name for an attack. Someone in 1998 had a really, really good time with that. No, Snow, I don't think you're getting this base. Not down 20 supply, 30 supply to the Zerg. Especially if that Zerg is Soulkey. Just has enough to fight. Good split on his lurkers as he burrows back. Zealots don't care about the split. They'll go for it. But yeah, Snow says, I'm not defending this base. It's not happening. I'm a 3-basing Protoss at 20 minutes. GG! And Soulkey wins our Patreon cast of the week. Nicely done, Soulkey. Impressive, impressive display for him today. That's what we love to see. That's what we like to see. That's what we're here for, is this kind of a win. So, GG, man. I don't know what else to say other than it's just Soulkey being Soulkey. Macroing up, getting to 60 workers, continuing to spend his money effectively, getting those upgrades out, getting Dark Swarms, getting Adrenal, getting Defilers, and then just always just having enough to handle whatever the Protoss army's throwing at him. Just barely enough to hold here. Barely enough to hold here. Enough to hold here at the end. Right? It's so frustrating to move out against a player like Soulkey and just be met with just enough defense. Just enough defense here too. And then just not enough down here. Not enough for Snow to keep this base alive. He keeps this base alive. I think he keeps trekking. I think he's able to keep going. He's got the income he needs to hold, but nope. Lost that one. I mean, Soulkey's expanded down here too, so that's going to be a nightmare to handle. Yeah, good man, Soulkey. Just the Corsairs didn't get a lot of damage done. It did a good job keeping the Overlords alive for the most part, which is always nice. DTs didn't do a whole lot except for the one attack into this bottom left base, where they did get probably 9 kills total. Some of them were links, some of them were drones. It's a mix. It wasn't 9 workers exactly, but fun game. Really, really fun game. Excellent stuff. Let's check out the final score and hit that like button if you haven't already. We've got 147,000 points, 161,000 points in favor of Soulkey. Soulkey outproducing Snow by about a 3-to-1 ratio there. The outkill is about 3-to-1 too, and even is not what you want to see as a Protoss player. 7-to-1 buildings raised. The outspend is 10k plus in 20 minutes, which will get it done pretty much every time. Maybe not against Snow unless you're Soulkey. Maybe a lesser player would have a hard time winning here against Snow with that, but did well enough because it's Soulkey. All right, that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.